and welcome to the Batch Lady, where I show you how to make fast, simple, homemade meals you can make in advance, put in your freezer and use whenever you want. And it's a lovely getting into summertime, and I thought a great one that I make and use all the time is freezable hummus, okay? Means that when you open this big box, you don't have to use the whole thing. You can just instead keep it in little individual portions or enough to do the kids for a few days, bring it out and you've got fresh hummus. And so it's really simple to do. You are going to need a blender, whatever blender you've got, it doesn't matter. If it's a small one, you're just not going to put as much in, you're just going to put a little bit and shake it about and try it again. This one's a big industrial one, so I can just go ahead. What we're going to use is we're going to use 2 cans of chickpeas, and I've already drained them, but you drain them but you keep the brine, so I'll talk about that. We are going to use some tahini paste, okay? So tahini paste, you can get this in your local supermarket. We've got a little bit of salt, some cumin, some lemon juice and some garlic, and that is all we need to make normal sort of everyday standard hummus. So to get started, you are going to use 2 cans, so you're going to drain these, and I've kept the brine here, okay? So I've drained the can, kept the brine. So it is either 2 cans, and these cans are 400 grams. If you have bigger cans than that, just to let you know, it's actually 2.5 cups as well, makes up 2 cans. So 2 cans or 2.5 cups. So you're just going to put your 2.5 cups in. That's 1, 2, and I've got a little half cup of my measuring spoons here. Okay, and then you want to get your tahini paste, and we're going to keep our half cup measurement out, and I am just going to scoop this tahini paste into the half cup, and I want a full half cup. Does that make sense? And it goes. Now I haven't used all these chickpeas, but that's because I'm going to make another hummus recipe in a minute, so check that out. It'll probably be out next week. I'll show you how to do that one. Okay, so you've added your half a cup of your tahini paste, you've added your chickpeas, you're going to take your lemons, the juice of 2 lemons, okay? So I have juiced these lemons, so the juice is already in here. If you wanted to, you could use some shop bought lemon. I'm sure it would work fine. I already had the lemons in anyway, and I thought it was quite nice to have it fresh. But you could, if you wanted to, use that. I'd probably just use slightly less because it's very concentrated. Okay, then you've got your ready-made frozen chopped garlic that we use all the time. Okay, and you want about 2.5 teaspoons of this. So let me grab my teaspoon. You want about 2.5 teaspoons. And it's still frozen because when we blend it, it's going to melt down. It's in tiny little chunks, you can see in there, and in it goes. That's our frozen garlic has gone in. Next, we're going to take our cumin, and let me just look at my recipe down here. We need half a teaspoon of cumin. So half a teaspoon is quite tricky to get out without it being a full teaspoon, but I quite like cumin, so I'll put a little bit extra in and just wash the spoon in that as well. Okay, then you're going to want to do about half a teaspoon of salt. So about half a teaspoon. Now we've added our chickpeas, our tahini, we've got our cumin in, we've got our lemon juice, our garlic. The very last thing that we're going to do is you're going to use the brine, and that's what's going to make it into this lovely sort of paste. Now, it depends how much you want to use. I'm going to use my 1/4 cup and put I'm going to put half a cup in it first. What you want to do, I would start with half a cup, blend it. If it's still thick and you want it to be smoother, just keep adding until you're happy with the texture of it. It is entirely up to you. It is your hummus. So let's just get this on and see how it looks in a minute. So that has blended lovely. I'm going to bring that round and let you see. That is a lot of hummus. Now we're making a big vat because of course we're going to put it in the freezer. That looks great. I don't think I need to put any more, can you see that? I don't think I need to put any more brine in that. I think that looks really nice. So that was half a cup of brine I put in. You could add a little bit more if you wanted to, but that is pretty much it. Now, I've got these little tiny bags. that come from IKEA. This one says satay sauce on it, so I'm going to change the label for it, because this has just been used before and washed, so remember these are washable and reusable. And all I'm going to do is put them into these little bags. You could, if you want, put them in tubs. You just have to make sure that you get as much air out of the tub as possible, okay? Where in the bags, they stay really airtight. So, and all I'm going to do is get my little half cup measurement and add it into the bag. A bit like putting icing in a bag. I'm going to put about 2 in each bag. So that's going to be about, does that work out? That's actually half a cup in each bag, because that's a quarter ladle. So I'm going to put half a cup in each bag, and I'm actually just going to freeze them flat like I freeze everything else. Just like I did with the sauce that was in it previously, and you end up with lots of little bags like that. Really cheap, really easy. Whenever you want hummus, take it out, let it defrost. All you're doing is squeezing it out the bag into a lovely bowl, and you have a perfect treat. So I hope you enjoy this. You can get the recipe on www.thebachelorlady.com. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, thanks for watching, and look out for my other hummus recipe that's got some extra ingredients added in. Bye.